I fucking love this. This is so terrible.
It just goes dark! Weeboo doesn't know what sex is. Weeboo is a child! Hold on a second. Weeboo, wakey wakey. Weeboo, do you know what sex is? This is why you're banned from stream, Weeboo. Good for you, buddy. I'm not. We're moving on. Egg.
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 Egg. Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg.
I'm
Egg.
hungry
Egg.
now. God damn
Egg.
it. I've saved the gaze.
Can I offer you a delicious egg in this trying time?
Egg. The chat is just egg now.
Egg.
Fuck.
Egg. Egg.
Egg.
Move.
Egg.
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 A story. Oh no, the egg is taking over.
Egg.
It
Egg.
was him,
Egg.
wasn't he? The egg man. Then why?
Nick.
Nick is the egg man.
Nice cover up.
It's a cutscene. That means he's gonna die. Oh yeah, by the way, this man is a toeman. No, footman. Damn it! God. Toeman joke!
Yes!
No, clip that. Take that context.
Oh dear. Ouch. Predictable. How inconvenient. That will do it.
Bastards. It's good enough for George Lucas, it's good enough for you. Oh yeah, you can just change the eye expression or something like that. And it's toe options.
You have to go to the. You have to go to the main menu and. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh, the seats! Oh, I'm not enjoying this.
Jesus Christ, are you okay?
Oh,
Are you okay?
it's a good.
What if?
Suits and boots, guys! We got something!
Why would you shut this door on them? Oh.
Really hot!
Through the window!
Fire!
Wow, I'm enjoying video games. God, I'm dumb. He's a farmer? What? Why is this farmer Duke Nukem? It's time to kick ass and farm bubblegum. I'm all out of farm. Please don't clip that, that was terrible. You're stuck doing the Dirty Worker Destiny 2. I was supposed to slay an evil being too, but it threw me into a distant time.
Oh.
Did you forget that cis men existed for a second there, Dax?
Yes.
Hi there. Sorry, I just saw a message from DK Donkey Kong. Don't you know him well? He's finally back to kick some butt. coconut gun can fire its buds. If he shoots you, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. Huh? Suck my hedgehog penis. That's right, I've got one. My Gerald gave me a hedgehog penis. I don't know why he did that, but he sure as fuck did. Weeboo doesn't know what sex is. Weeboo is a child. Hold on a second. Weeboo, wakey wakey. Weeboo, do you know what sex is? This is why you're banned from stream, Weeboo. Good for you, buddy. I'm not. We're moving on. Oh yeah, you can just change the eye expression. And it's toe options.
You have to go to the. You have to go to the main menu and. Oh,
Oh no!
oh the seats! I'm not enjoying this.
Jesus Christ, are you okay?
Oh,
Are you okay?
it's a good.
Hi, Dad.
Nice cover up. It's a cutscene. That means he's gonna die.
Oh yeah, by the way, this man is a toeman. No, footman. Damn it! God. No joke!
Yes!
No, we'll clip that. We'll take that context.
Oh dear. Ouch. Predictable. How inconvenient. That would do it.
He's a farmer? What? Why is this farmer Duke Nukem? It's time to kick ass and farm bubblegum. I'm all out of farm. Please don't clip that, that was terrible. We're stuck doing the dirty work of Destiny 2. I was supposed to fight an evil being too, but it threw me into a distant time. Anyway, bye. I'm not deep. Let me unfold. Yes. I do love that they do things like, yeah, there's just a capsule full of animals here. Why not? Hey, buddy, are you okay?
Yeah, not bad.
You're the new Tails. Come on, you bastards. If it's good enough for George Lucas, it's good enough for you. Boo! Sorry, bud. Don't really want to deal with your shit. I'll be honest. Just so, you know. There we go.
I think VLC
Problem
just crashed.
solved,
Hold on.
Solved.
Bonk. Right. That wasn't supposed to happen yet. Whoopsie. Oh, shite. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I've balked everything. Oh, no. Well, we're starting 20 seconds early. Sorry, everybody.
It's getting better because...
Oh, dear. Sorry. I think I'm not sure what I did, but it killed the music. So let's just start. Hi, it's me, the EldritchZoe. I forgot when everything was happening this week. Please capture. There we go, good. I wanted to make sure this content warning was on screen because this is one where I'm in a rush, right? So I realised that I'm double booked for everything. Thank you for following Slowbro, by the way. Don't want to miss that. Hi, it's me, Zoe. Look, I can do the auto shill. There it goes. But this is going to be a short one because I fucked up. Turns out a lot of stuff's happening this afternoon that I'd forgotten about. And rather than being double booked, I've decided I'll just cut the stream a little bit short. So which is why I'm doing this demo of Slay the Princess rather than I was going to start another full game to keep me going on a regular thing. I know what that game is. I know what that's going to be. But right now, no, I'm not going to start a full game. I want to do something that's like small and self-contained. So that the stream, even if it is a bit shorter than usual, will at least be a full game. So yeah, let's do Slay the Princess, which is a horror game and not intended for all audiences. I have actually not checked what the content warnings are on this one because this was quite impromptu. So it is on the I've got the exclamation mark CW working, but also flickering images, you know. But yeah, so just I take these things pretty seriously. I try to, and I'm hoping the audio balance is good. It's a bit quiet on my end, but oh, June, thank you for the sub.
All right.
Fuck yeah. Okay, I can now also hear my own notifications. That's good to know. It's a bit fiddly, but thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Although it technically doesn't go into the goal automatically, I am, whenever I'm getting a payout, just putting it in the goal. So that is contributing towards my capture card. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh wait, I can do emotions. Hold on, do an emotion. There's the emotion. I found it. Oh dear. Okay. I'm gonna have to keep remembering that I've got the video tube switched on. Okay. Let's murder a monarch, I guess. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Thank you, narrator Jonathan Simathan.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so now I can explore the concepts or just go on with it. That's a lot of options. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Okay, commit a murder. Got it. I'm just noticing the background moves with my cursor. That's cool. Ooh. Oh, I need to work out how to rip that off. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Okay. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
It's on cost fallacy, but okay. You maybe considered the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Yeah, but it is still murder. Have you considered maybe that I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I mean, hypothetically.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Oh, I've discovered that the hotkey that brings up the FPS reader is also the one that makes my face do this expression. Well, I've made a mistake on where I've mapped all of my keys. Okay, Someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Okay, look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
It says 23232484 in the top right corner. That's probably barely visible. I don't know what that means. It's overlay. It's part of the top layer. Because how they're doing this is they're doing, it's basically parallax scrolling. The mouse is affecting several different images, but differently. God, this game is fucking gorgeous, actually. Like, they've done some really nice graphics on this thing.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Oh, you're me, I guess. Okay.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, I guess I'm doing.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay, I'm going to just ignore the thing I said about the date in the corner because I'm fairly sure that's a debug code because I pressed F2 and it disappeared again. So, sorry, oopsie doopsie, sorry about that. Just gonna have to press some buttons a few more times than I usually would to deal with that, I guess. Or not at all, you know. Oh, there's a knife.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, I guess I'm taking a stabby, boy.
You take the blade from the table.
Oh.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I am now holding a knife in my mouse cursor. Well, into the basement I go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
I don't know why I don't have a sword.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
And she is royalty.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm just gonna not say anything.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Right.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tight grip. I'm not letting go of the knife.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
You squint at the princess harder.
You squint even harder.
I've got an achievement called Staring Contest.
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Fuck. I don't particularly want to jump straight to the murder, but I don't want to drop the fucking knife either. Are you Stop it! No! Oh, fuck.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clap.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Don't trust you.
Against your better judgment,
No.
you step
I don't.
forward to speak
don't
with the
want to step
princess
closer.
face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
We're just talking. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
I don't trust that. I don't trust like that. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Yeah, that wasn't my question. People out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
I like that. I appreciate that you are very much on the murdering side, June. Powerful opinions. Vote in chat on whether I should commit murder. Fuck.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
June, do you just hate Americans? You are an American, aren't you?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Yeah, I don't like her, but that doesn't mean I should murder her.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
How long have you been down?
Too long.
That's not an answer. Again. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
gonna keep you locked away down here for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
And I will stab her if she tries to get out. You know.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Be a centrist, damn it. I do like the rejection of the narrative, though. I like that the narrative is giving me two obvious choices, and I'm kind of going, no, I'm just going to lock her up. I've made the choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
Keep watch?
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
Turning back's not a good one.
It won't be
I should
long
have saved.
before I slip these
Should have saved.
chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
I should have saved. I should have made a save. Fuck.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Eve? That's a relief. I thought I'd already committed to not slaying. Genuine reaction, to be fair.
It's never too late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
Okay. That got me an
Blood
achievement.
sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Oh, good. Kill. I got
With
her.
the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
I've got a very specific looking arm. I mean, yeah, she did stab me, so this is now self-defense. Kind of. A little bit.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time to worry over such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
I just got an achievement for dying.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Uh-oh.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Uh-oh. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Also, I've got bird hands. I appear to be a not human, which is rare for me, an obvious human.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Oh.
Are we sure we don't want to turn around and hightail it out of here? I really don't want to be stabbed to death again.
Oh.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
No, she's not. She stabbed me.
That's exactly what you told us last time. But as soon as we tried to slay her, she just started stabbing us. To death.
No, she did stab us to death.
calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
Okay. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Fucking ass.
We did exactly what you said.
But eventually.
Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Hi Aria, this is literally Jonathan Sims of the Magnus Archives. Like, this is why I noticed this game, was because he's the one who voices this. Obviously this was impromptu. I did not intend to stream this. I've already said this while you weren't here. I didn't intend to stream this today. I intended to do things, but I've had to do a short stream, so we're playing the demo of the Jonathan Sims game. Fuck it, man. He's doing it is good, because like visual novels aren't often fully narrated, and he's doing a good job. Like he's doing most of these characters, I think. This is like a 2-person show basically, and that's not easy to do.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Who cares what happened to everyone else? We should do what we can to save ourselves, and just get out of here. You do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else. She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
All she did last time was stab me to death. How could something like that end the world?
She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Interesting. I'm debating how literally to take this, how metaphorically to take this. I'm thinking about art, don't you know? I'm thinking. It's terrible. Don't do that, everyone. Everyone at home, stop thinking. Immediately. Okay, how can I make sure she doesn't murder me again, to be fair?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. And don't get stabbed. Please?
I am trying not to, the flinching. People locked her away, why didn't they slay her? Why is it falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
Bullshit!
Oh. I didn't know we were special.
Fucking hell, no! We're not! It's the voice actor, Arya. There's a reason that in the later seasons of the Magnus Institute, the Magnus Archives, whatever it is, they started referring to that character as the narrator instead. And one of those reasons was that they didn't want to confuse the characters, so I would refer to that character as the archivist if I was gonna do that.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Narrator... I love...
Being special didn't stop us from getting killed last time.
I love that the narrator is clearly trying to manipulate me as well. Like, no one's being straight with me, which is usually not a problem, but in this case is.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though. That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
Well, that's all I'm gonna get out of you.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. A warning before you go any further.
Yes, narrator?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yes.
No, we can't go in there. Do either of you feel sick? Because I feel sick just thinking about that place. We're going to die again, and I bet it's going to hurt. It's good to be careful, but you're really not helping with all that talk about death and dying. Agreed. Just ignore that clown and stay focused.
I think he has some reasonable concerns. Mind. In we go.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
This is different.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this noise.
I care, I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
I need to know if I can make a Tumblr sexy man out of myself. It's important.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
I'm going to look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Just got an achievement.
But it was there a second ago.
Nope. What the fuck?
Now it's gone. For the love of everything, can we just get this over with already? All this waiting is killing me.
What the fuck? You know, I really should take this as a blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yes, why?
Okay. Holding it feels a little better. Maybe we can make it through this.
It'd be nice if you had a better weapon. But, on we go.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
See, now he sees that it's a different room.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
That last time as well.
That's right! Scraping! I told you she has something! I told you! That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
I'm going to learn to do throwing knife tricks.
Her grating
In my
voice
time loop.
carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Is something wrong with that voice? I can hear her bloodlust.
Oh.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody, quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
We're not falling for it. She's tricking us. Can't you hear that threatening edge to her voice? She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Then it'll all happen again.
Fuck.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Razor? Razor? Okay. Well. Okay. 10 routes and 1 ending in the demo. Okay. Oh, there's more. Also, they've got another game, and yeah, I'm wishlisting it. I'm wishlisting it. Don't stab me. I'm wishlisting it. Ah! Oh God. Okay. Look. There's a load of people who've done things. The princess actress's name is literally called Nicole Goodnight. That's such a good name. I don't know if that's a professional name or not, but that's this is good. Like they've done some good stuff that's made this visual novel have a lot of polish. I want to play the video game when it come out. And right now, because I do technically have more things I can do, right? Because I made a save. No, we're sticking to the plan and locking it down here.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way.
Time travel! Let's see what happens when I'm a
Close
horrible
the basement
centrist.
door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Uh-oh.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Yeah, this
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never
God, that banging is loud.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Well, that was an act, was it? Not really innocent or harmless, I'm a princess. You're a monster.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
You lied about the mirror. Okay.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Okay.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh. That's a different chapter title, isn't it?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, time to go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Ooh, different voice.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Ooh.
Hold on. What happened to the door?
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
So these are reflecting, the different deaths are reflecting you in different traumas, perhaps?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Push the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement doorframe. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
God, this is kind of the Stanley Parable if evil.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Paranoid had a sighting. You know what? I'm just going to go in.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
Oh. I guess we have to trust it. No, right, cool. It'll always be if we need it.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
The narrator doesn't see the eyes, but we see the eye.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
He knows I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else.
You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
Hard to throw a knife.
You're joking, right? You didn't even bring the knife. Should we go back for it? Can we even go back for it? You briefly turn back. Where there once was an entrance to the cabin, now there are only more stairs. That's not right.
I guess the only way out of this place is through it.
I've made a mistake. I need a plan. I'm just gonna kill her. The narrator seems to think I don't know why you're being such a pessimist right now.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. Still, slaying her would be easier if you had a weapon. Should we go back for it? Can we even go back for it? You briefly turn back. Where once there was an entrance to the...
I guess the only way out of this place is through it.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
No, I'm not.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Back.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
God damn it.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
Oh dear.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Oh, she's done it again.
Your arms quickly follow.
This is it, isn't it?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I Wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Hey. Oh dear. 10 roots and 1 ending to fight. 10 roots? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna quickly... gonna do some stream fiddling. To use the canonical turn. What the... fuck? Okay. Thing one I was going to... okay, so I was going to swap to screen capture, and I was going to open up Steam. If my computer will bloody let me. There we go. Because I was figuring we could use like a guide or... good ending! Inexplicable... is that a Dragon Ball? Yeah, looks like... okay. So the roots are... what nightmare you get out of this princess. There's... it seems that die at least 6 times. You know what? We're not going to see everything in this one, but we probably will try a few more routes quick. Also, it is really throwing me that there appear to be memes in the fucking achievements for this horror game. But the other thing that got me was that Silver, who's usually in chat, just linked this fucking thing in the chat. What the fuck you mean Sonic the Hedgehog's been murdered? What do you mean they killed Sonic the Hedgehog? This is not a Sonic Team title. But it's published by fucking Sega. What the fuck? Who at Sonic was like, yeah, let's murder Sonic for a joke? What the fuck? A bold new direction for the future of Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, it's an April Fool's joke. Okay. He's dead! Well, murder of Sonic the Hedgehog has been added to your account. It's canon now. I don't know, it's probably just that they've released it a little bit early. But, like, it's clearly a joke. It doesn't matter if it's not literally a joke. But yeah, there are no guides for Slay the Princess. That's probably for the best in that case. Okay. So, if I just... we are going to have to go back to the beginning for another playthrough of that, but being that was pretty much exactly an hour, if I skip through some stuff, I think... and also I'm going to drop the sound volume just a little bit after that loud banging last time. But yeah, if I can skip... no, I'll just skip manually, it's easier. I'm going to do a BRB. It's BRB time. Because stream is going to try and do that regardless. And when I'm back from BRB, we're going to do a little bit more Slay the Princess. We're going to see things. You know what? Chat. You know what? I'm wondering. Because we're going to do a few routes anyway. So, how's the... If you have any strong opinions, people in chat, just yell at me loud enough and I'll try and pay attention, okay? Right, okay. I will be back in 3 minutes. Bonk!
I just piss all over the fucking place like a race horse. It's a cutscene. Oh yeah, by the way, this man is a
Toman.
no footman. Damn it! God. Joke.
Oh dear. Ouch. Predictable. How inconvenient. That would do it.
Egg!
Egg!
Egg.
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 Egg!
Egg.
Egg!
Egg.
Egg!
Egg.
Egg!
Egg.
Egg!
Egg.
Egg!
Egg.
I'm
Egg.
hungry
Egg.
now. God damn
Egg.
it. I've saved the gaze.
Can I offer you a delicious egg in this trying time?
Egg. Chat is just egg now.
Egg.
Fuck.
Egg. Egg.
Egg.
Move.
Egg.
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 A
Egg.
story. Oh no, the egg is taking over.
Egg.
Egg.
Wasn't he?
Egg.
Wasn't he the egg man? Then why?
Nick.
Nick is the egg man.
Oh.
Did you forget that cis men existed for a second there, Dax?
Yes.
Chat, I'm a... Oh, wait, no. Awaken. Bonk. I have... So... Why are you doing yourself right? Go the other way? Oh, fuck yeah. That's a good call, Aria. I think the ones I'm interested in are just do not try and kill the princess at all. Potentially free her. Also, I do really kind of want to go for the fuck you narrator route. That sounds great if that's an option. I also do quite want to just run in and stab her wordlessly like a fucking speedrun. I think that would be funny. But yeah, so I went to refill my water, right? Walked around the house, and I don't know where any of my housemates are. They've all mysteriously vanished. I mean, why would I want to do that, Arya? I'm a normal human. I don't want to cuddle the Eldritch Horror. What did you mean? Oh God, what's happening? Oh, the menu's doing things. The menu's doing things. Okay, we are going to skim through
You're
this a
on
bit.
a path in the woods,
Yep,
and at the end of that, you're here to slay her. If you don't,
it would be the end of the world. Is the thing. Turn around and leave.
seriously, you're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the camp.
I found a sequence break.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I like this. It has a nice...
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Oh dear. I was gonna say, it's kind of, what's the word? What's the word? it does have a comedy element to it that actually does kind of work. Like, I'm a bit questioning the sort of memeier things in the achievements, but like, horror comedy is surprisingly effective, and these things can combine the absurd in a horror way and the comedic in an absurd in a comedic way aren't too far apart necessarily, and a good writer, which based on this demo they've got, can do cool things with that. But also, everyone in my house has vanished. I think I need to just reinforce, I don't know where everyone in my house went. This isn't... I wish this was a stream bit. It'd be way funnier if it was planned. No, they've just vanished. I don't know where they are. Nope. I'll turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Quietly good. Anyone should die. It's like they get a dummy in the woods and ask me to kill someone for them. Quietly continue down the path is very funny, but like, I like the idea of this narrator just talking to this. I like the idea of this becoming the Stanley Parable over time, as I just become this voiceless character, and the narrator's just trying desperately to get me to respond.
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Hey.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I just started walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness till I fall out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go.
It's still there!
Change starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Jesus Christ.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realise that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Oh no.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oopsie poopsie. That counts.
You're on a path in the woods.
Is that a
and
wall?
at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Fucking... I love the idea that I just fucked off for so long that the prince just went, oh, okay, I guess I'm going out then, huh? I guess it's time for me to leave.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Really? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Interesting proposition.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Oh.
He's like a captive audience.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm creating the voices, so I created a contrarian.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna save. Lot 2, nice and easy. Also here last time, you can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Oh. Oh, that has some interesting implications. Yep, okay, I'm heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
No, we've decided that seriousness is dead. We've become post-ironic, baby.
A warning.
Yeah.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I haven't talked to her yet, so like...
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
I mean, he is, but then that's what I do as well, so... Gotta gather all the voices.
The interior of the cabin is odd. The air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Blade's always...
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Everything's a bit off in here. Like, the windows are slightly off, and the door, things are just a little bit wrong on all the lengths of the door.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Yeah, this is just what princesses are like, I guess. Didn't say they have a mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
They are voicing just all these fucking lines, huh? Across all of these dialogue paths.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Like, some of them.
You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Like, the fact that some of them are reused is fine, but like, but every time the... Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
That implies you're in control. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
And we could stab her with more force that way.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold the blade the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better?
You made a unique hand sprite just for this bullshit.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
It's... Me? I'm not sure if we're doing regicide.
Now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
There's something fucked up with this regiment. Anyway, throw the blade out the window.
Haha, yes! Do it! Seriously?
I got an achievement!
You throw the blade at the window, the glass shattering as it flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without a weapon. Can't believe you actually did it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Yeah, we seem to be creating some sort of time loop, by the way, me.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase built from an unidentifiable and featureless material. The steps barely seem to fit together, and upon closer inspection, they barely seem to go anywhere at all, let alone down. The air here has an almost artificial quality to it, the scent of plastic from the cabin mingling with a cocktail of chemical odours. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multitonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she? Well, she's not a princess, that's for sure. She is a princess. Don't let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, that's the normal princess stuff. Hi!
Is that company? We don't remember the last time we had company.
Ah.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before you're able to start moving forward. As you enter the next room, the form of the princess comes into view, her wrist bound to the far wall in heavy shackles. She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other, the loose skin of her face stretching into something resembling a smile. Holy shit. If we knew she'd be like this, maybe we wouldn't have tossed that knife out the window.
Why are you just standing there? Are you scared of us?
A little bit. The stranger. You're very throbby. Yeah, that. There's a lot of princess. I have a knock at my door, apparently. Okay, hold on. I've got to just quickly BRB. Apologies, impromptu pause there. Jonathan Sims is listed as the voices in your head. Oh god, there's too many of her like the cabin, yeah. There are multiple cabins. So... No, those... The haunted PS1 disc, I just find those. They're around. Oh yeah, I saved here, right? Or... I thought I could. This time I'm just going to go to the cabin straight away.
A warning.
Yep.
She will if we're stuck. Ignore him. Let's...
Okay, this time let's go in with the knife and see if it actually changes anything.
The interior, the blade. If he wants us to take, I for one, I've already.
I will also be holding the blade the
You take-
contrarian way
okay,
because
then
it's
how we
funny.
the other way. It really does. You switch your grip on. Yeah. Okay. It really doesn't matter.
To the basement. I've got my knife. Stabby time.
The door to the basement creaks. The air here has an almost artificial quality to it. The scent of her voice carries.
Okay, so this is going to be the same
That's
one
cheap.
again. Okay. Right,
Good.
down the stairs.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before you're able to start moving forward. As you enter the next room, she locks eyes with.
Is that?
Holy sh! I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine?
Fuck you, contrarian.
Why are you?
Okay, so actions once you've reached the death do not affect what ending you're gonna get. That's worth knowing, but also fuck me. Oh, the knife's still in the stabby position. Great. Okay. So we're gonna have to go from the start again. Because all you've seen so far is chapter 2 stuff.
You're on a path
And,
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're
Yep.
here.
Okay. Sweet, was it off Monarch? Vive la Revolution.
That's the spirit.
Now it's time to just do what the narrator says.
You make your way up
Yay!
the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Into the cabin. Dumpy dumpy doopy da. Lumpity boopa da putty.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Probably yes. Grabby.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Probably. Doopy-doo.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You know, I bet they've I bet what they've done is they've got these limited scenes, but they've basically been able to trace or add elements to them quite easily. So so they can really highlight the differences by using the same basis, right? It's neat.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yay!
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Yay!
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
What? She's going to be
You walk
surprised about the
downstairs
person with the
and
knife?
lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, she's a monarch.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I still don't have them step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing.
Oh no, she's not bluffing.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
No, I don't think I'm gonna hesitate. I think I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh, this again. Well, guess we're in impasse then.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Uh-oh.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Oopsie doopsie.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Oof.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Oh, you did.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time to worry over such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
F. Ah. Oh, this sounds like a fun one. The adversary.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Oh, my hand.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
That is interesting. There might be differences if you just don't.
You know
tell
I
the
can hear
narrator.
you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Aye, they're stubborn.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Ooh, what if I turn around and leave now?
We can't just leave. We're supposed to fight her. Where are you going? Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Ah, maybe that's... Okay, this will probably... I'm going to do a quick save, because I think this will end up leading to the same route I was just on. Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like...
Yeah, it's going to repeat this ending. which means I'll die again, and then I'll end up in that room instead. Okay, I'll get the cabin sheet.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Oh, about time. I can't believe you were about to run away.
And maybe there's some minor differences, but I've got limited time to stream today.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You're gonna have to take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
After we've done the mirror stuff, it's going to be the same basically. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
I think this might be the horny route. We found the horny route, everybody.
As you descend the final step,
yeah, we
the
did.
form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Yes, please.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
No, that's a puppet meat. I manipulate it with my
And
flesh
you
stone.
brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Yes. I like the other one's terrified me, and this one I'm just like, yes, please, mommy. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, I should have said that out loud. God, no. Okay. So I think if I rush the first bit, I will be able to fit one more in. But basically, I think I'm only going to get one more in. So, yeah.
You're on a path. You're here.
Yeah, so this one, I've got a plan. Oh, here I go.
You make your way up. A warning. We're not going to go. Ignore him.
Yeah, I want to see what happens if you're nice to this woman. Like, because it is my urge not
The
to murder
interior of the
people
cabin
as
is
a general
almost
rule.
entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted. The blade is your...
Yeah, in we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice softly...
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
This is the first time I've not gone in with the knife, so...
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Me too, buddy.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I like that she's nicer when you come down without the knife, even. Like, that's the first big choice. Fucking.
I am begging you to stay
There's a lot of
focused.
choices here.
There's a lot riding on you here.
This game must be a logistical nightmare to make. Like, props to them, because they're having to do a lot. They're gonna have to basically do like at least 10 routes just based on this demo, and like, frick, that's a lot of work.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Just a massive fucking flowchart, meat.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
But it is worth noting, she started acting nice to me before she saw the knife. She knew I was coming down here unarmed before she saw me. And she knew I was coming down armed before she saw me as well. So, a tactic for people who are going to act nice is to emotionally manipulate them, make them think she's a friend. And for those who have already decided they're more likely to stab, she goes for the authority play. She is literally manipulating herself around your actions. Ooh. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
It's the same design, but she just looks so much nicer here.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Like, she's literally acting nicer than earlier.
They're large and heavy.
It's all one voice
Far
actress,
too solid
so-
for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
There isn't a key. Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Oh, Jesus.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Hell.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
That point, like...
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
The door?
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
So I think this probably happens even if you just try to go back for the knife. Because we had this in the paranoia world as well.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed
Yeah, I
to.
could have picked the lock with it. The video game, they don't know how blocks work.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her
Jesus
mouth,
Christ.
her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Holy shit.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Oh.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Wanna see? Oh, there's not an option. I literally just have save. Oh god, yeah.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this
god,
place.
she's already in my mind.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp,
not even
and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Oh.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
God.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
God, being nice to her was one of the most horrifying things possible in this game.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Oh, God.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Right, it's in my head, I'm sorry. I'm gonna save before this because I want to see what both options are. Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
She's gonna stab us.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh my god, she's committing to the bit at least.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Shit.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Jesus Christ!
For her sake.
I don't have an
Don't
expression
you start
horrified enough for
pretending
this.
that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Fucking hell.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
She doesn't even know how to stab me.
I'm so sorry.
Fucking hell.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel. Ooh. Oh, fuck yeah.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
Okay, yep. Oh, again. I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Oh, voice of the horny.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
The new voice is just Matt Berry.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Zach Brannigan is also a fair call.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
God, this game's good. Ah.
A warning.
Yep.
She will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I love that even heroes like this dude's weird.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Really are the most devious bastard in New York City.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
This is great. This game is so good.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I feel like the blade's going to end up in there anyway. Let's just go in assuming that she's...
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
I thought they had to work to get down to work.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
He's got an even more...
My love!
Yeah.
We're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
I was so worried about you. You remember me, right?
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's... still something deeply wrong with the whole damsel thing. Potential monster she can be, but also it's just like that this one patroner is just a submariner. Okay, so let's see what happens if we
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
Yeah.
You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Oh, so quickly.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
Oh, the damsel is just an act, huh?
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
The knife curse has blood on it now. Love the detail in this.
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
My actions might change her nature is the thing. Oh. But that was quite a sudden...
You're on a path.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yeah, we're doing this. She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I did notice this before, but I didn't comment on it. He is capitalized. Like in the way deities have their E's capitalized.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Opportunist, interesting.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
There was multiple here.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
No, him and her are both capitalized. Interesting. Reach the cabin.
Warn, she will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Opportunist, I think, is one of the better ones I've gotten so far. Like, he's the one who's probably going to actually be useful, if any of them are, which,
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Like, surprise attack.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Say nothing.
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognized the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
I mean, I think that might be what this game actually is. Endlessly debate what to do with the princess.
Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. A fire crackles in the center of the room, casting unsettling shadows across the dirt walls. The princess crouches on the other side.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
Put it in the back of your trousers, mate. Jesus.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
God damn it, opportunist.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
Oh no, she's hot. Oh. I'm discovering things about myself today. This isn't the whole... Hello. Oh, Nicole Goodnight. That's a name from the credits. Hello. You've come in at just the wrong moment. Oh, thank you for dropping in. I'm terribly sorry because it just has to be a short stream today. I love your surname, by the way. Is it a stage name or is it is it actually like your actual legal surname? Because that's a rad surname. Yeah. I've been saying good things about this the whole time, for the record. It's she. Yes. Thank you for dropping in. I'm sorry that you've joined at just the wrong time, because I need to go. This had to be a short stream, hence why I've been playing the demo rather than a full game. But this is real. I really loved this. This is real good. I've enjoyed this a lot, and I'm looking forward to the. Please. But yeah, I do have to actually go, is the problem. I need to do the just here's the ball pit. Okay, yeah, yeah, like, honestly, yeah, Aria, I'm kind of more intrigued by the ending where she isn't evil than the ones where she is, because like, a lot of them are like, you can tell it's going to go in a horror direction. But in that one, how do you make that one scary? I'm really interested to see. But yeah, I do need to end the stream though, because yeah, I've already pushed it a bit longer than I probably should have. Thank you all for being here. Where's the auto shill? Yeah, auto shill there. I think... Do I have a command to summon my YouTube channel? I should have a command to summon my YouTube channel. I don't think I do. Because that's where the archives show up in a week after streaming, for people who haven't been able to catch things. The VOD will be up in a second as well, for people who want to watch that. But I am... Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, what a wonderful coincidence. Johnny's streaming. You know what? It's on topic. Let's. Hey, you know that voice you've been listening to all game? Here he is playing the Sandy Parable Ultra Deluxe. Oh, the player character is canonically him? Interesting. Good to know that. But yeah, no, go watch the other voice actor. Because he also did a terrific job. And I do need to do the my brain's lost me already. But yes, I usually stream on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 PM. I've been having bad mental health recently, so I know that that's not been as regular, but I'm hoping that I can get back on the horse a little bit when I pick a more regular game. I feel like once this game's finished, this is going to be a stream game. I really want to know what happens. This was great. But yeah, but right now, I need to go. So, thank you all for being here. Do I do a raid phrase? I think I'm gonna have to raid and run. Him isn't agenda, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I presume there's my brain's going things. I'm doing a bye-bye though because the stream is about to raid. Meat no. God damn it.